Hi, I'm Jonathan Ingram from the Ohio chapter of the Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. Dan Armitage from the Ohio Buckeye Sportsman radio program asked me to demonstrate the rig that I use when I go jug fishing down here on the Ohio River, Little Miami River, and some of the reservoirs down in southwest Ohio. My setup is pretty simple. You'll find a lot of instructional videos on YouTube on how to construct this very setup, but essentially it's about a 2-foot section. I have about a 2-foot section of PVC here. Inside of the PVC is about a 2-inch cut of rebar. You can hear it jiggling around in there. Each end of the PVC is capped. One of the capped ends is drilled to accept a 3/8 inch eye bolt. That eye bolt is secured with a couple of washers, a nut, and some marine grade silicone to keep the inside of the apparatus watertight. I use the eye bolt to attach my swivel to. That swivel is then connected to my leader. This happens to be some 50-pound tests that I had left over from a surf fishing trip. Obviously there's a weight when you're catfishing. I'm using a nut that I had in the basement. Good use for something that was just basically taking up space. The hook that I use in this particular setup, pretty much all of my jug fishing setup is a pretty good size circle hook. Number 4, number 5 works just fine. Bigger the hook, bigger the fish, generally speaking. And the circle hook will keep them from rambling off. The functionality of the system is pretty straightforward. The float is intended to float on the water, basically horizontal with the water. If a fish takes bait, it will pull the eye bolt end underwater. It will drive that rebar down into the bottom, and I actually include a little bit of water inside just for buoyancy. It tends to help with the float a little bit as well, so just kind of a side tip. But that rebar will drop to the bottom, and this will float in the water, giving you an indication that a fish is on. If I'm fishing at night, I will sometimes also just attach a glow stick or shove a glow stick into the kind of into the space between the pool floaty and the rebar. The pool float it's just your standard pool noodle, cut about a 12-inch section, and it slides pretty easily over the top of the PVC. So, like I said, plenty of instructional videos on how to construct these. They're a ton of fun. I typically set 6 or 7 out. That's about the most that I can adequately sort of pay attention to and supervise, especially if I'm drinking a barley pop or two. But it's a great way to pull a lot of fish in the boat, and kind of the fastest route to a good old American fish fry. So good luck out there. If you have any interest in learning more about it, reach out to us on our Instagram page at Ohio BHA, or on Facebook, Ohio Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. Thanks a lot. Y'all have fun and get after it.